What's up, everybody? So, here we are again, Facebook Live, where I'm going to be answering your questions. So I had several people message me this week, which is awesome, and I cannot thank you enough. So, we'll go over it again. Why am I doing this? Well, several reasons. First of which is I like to help people. I like to help people find stuff they like. I like to help people find work they like. And I like to help people advertise, market that work that they like. So this is just an outlet for me to do that because I love helping people. So 3 ways to contact me now. There were 2, now there's 3. First way, Facebook Messenger. I'm going to get that. Second way is you can email me, and I've set up a page on my website at bobbyshirley.com/advice, which I will put in the comments. Let me do that now. I'm trying this from a computer now, so make it a little easier. If you go to that site right there, you can message me, and I will get your question in the form of email. Last way, which I am super excited about, is you can leave me a voicemail. So I've set up a Google Voice phone number, so you can call me and leave me a voicemail, and I'll get it that way. And sometimes that's a little easier to hey Natasha, to kind of get your point across with voice rather than text. Sometimes it's a little hard with text, but you can call me, and that number is 256-978-9757, and leave me a voicemail. I'll get it, I'll listen to it, and we'll go from there on trying to answer your questions. So, Facebook Messenger, bobbyshirley.com/advice, and leave me a voicemail, 256-978-9757. So, I've had a ton of fun answering your questions this week. So some people have asked that I don't use their names. Totally understand. Some people said it doesn't matter. So I've got 3 different messages I'm going to answer this week. It's kind of all over the place. I had a lot of those, which was awesome. I told my wife, and I was like, I am shocked at how many different types of questions I've gotten asked this week. So first one, Daniel, last name withheld, messaged me saying that he's going to be a financial consultant. He's going through Dave Ramsey's financial coaching course. And in the area he's in, there's a lot of military. So he's just trying to figure out how to market his financial services when that time comes. So first thing is, I love Dave Ramsey. Ann and I are following his baby steps, and we love Dave Ramsey. So, first thing I would do, Daniel, is Facebook, Facebook, Facebook. All the time. So, Facebook is kind of the ground floor for anything you want to do as far as marketing with a business or a service you offer. That's what you got to start with. If you have a business or a service, you need to have a Facebook page. You can just get it started super simple. I'll post a link on where to get started with that. So set up a Facebook page. Figure out the name of what you're going to call it, whether it's going to be My Awesome Financial Service. But put that as a title. So the next thing I would offer would be a basic website. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but it does need to look professional. So homepage, services, contact. Real simple. That can all be on one page. It doesn't have to be separate pages because you need to have a presence online that you own, something that you control, because Facebook could change their algorithm, which they do all the time, and your page is not worth much unless you're willing to pay for ads. So Facebook, a basic website. Then I had him answer 2 different questions. The first was, do you have a unique perspective on personal finance? Obviously, if you're going through Dave Ramsey School, you're going to be using his personal take on finance, which is awesome. No doubt, go for it. The second one was, Are you confident that your insights on personal finance can change the world? So, because you've got to be convinced that what you're offering is going to make a difference. Otherwise, why offer it? So, he went on to tell me that his father-in-law is a former military service member, which is awesome. And so I suggested that he use him, say, okay, father-in-law, what do you think most military service members need to know about personal finance? What can I help them with their finances? And so he's kind of got a built-in test subject right there. So then I told him that he should offer like a free personal finance assessment. So this could be something as easy as going over the 7 baby steps, Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps, and just like, all right, let's go through these. And just like it doesn't have to be anything fancy, but a free personal assessment of people's finances. Then that's going to open the door to more services he can offer that he could charge for. So like, all right, let's sit down and let's work up a full budget. All right, let's sit down and we can work out a plan to get you more money. What kind of side hustles can you do? What kind of, different things. But let's try to get your income up to take care of whatever needs you have. So Facebook, basic website, figure out what people need, how you can best serve your audience. And your audience, Daniel, is military servicemen, primarily that general area where you live. And then offer a free service. Offer something for free. Free is awesome. That free may open the door down the road for something paid, but give as much value as you can. So I hope that helps you. I hope that gets you a little more information for what you're doing. Super proud of you. You can do it. So, hey, Joni. So another person messaged me, and I've known her for a while. We've met in the past. Her name is Shelly McWilliams. She messaged me on Facebook, wanting to know how to market her YouTube channel. So she has a YouTube channel, and she wants to know how to market it and connect with her viewers better. And she also wants to make sure that the content she's creating is going to be relatable and make an impact. So, all right, I got to be honest. She told me the name of her channel, and I loved it. So here's a little bit of her story. She was adopted, and so her YouTube channel is trying to is documenting her journey on finding her birth mother in Seoul, Korea. Phenomenal story. I've watched a few of her videos. Awesome stuff. So if you want to, I'm going to put a link to it in the comments here. But her YouTube channel is called Half My Soul, and it's spelled S-E-O-U-L, like Seoul, Korea. Super smart. Love it. So I suggest several things. One thing she could do is make sure she has an email list that she can link to in the comments or in the description of her YouTube video. Because email, as much as it's like that thing that people hate to check, because sometimes you get like a number on your little mail app that's like 4,380, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get through all this. But email is a great way still to contact people. So I would make sure you have an email sign up, an email newsletter that you can link to in your YouTube descriptions of all your videos. Every video has a link right there for it. Sign up for my newsletter, stay in touch with Half My Soul, whatever, and do that. You might want to think about offering some type of lead magnet, something like a little PDF on like, here's some steps to, maybe for your situation, like here's 5 steps to go through in order to find your birth parent. 5 ways to use the legal system to help find your birth parent, or 5 ways to avoid the legal system to find your birth parent. I don't know, but those are some different ideas. So then you want to be able to create content that's relatable and impactful. So not just like, hey guys, so here's what I'm doing on my journey to find my birth mother, but it has no connection to your audience. So you want to make sure that your content is relatable. So ask. So put out a video. It could be short. Like, guys, I really want to make sure that my journey is helping you. So how can I help you? What are some ways? What are some things you would like to know? And then create content based around that. because creating content about what people are interested in is going to help you grow. So the number one goal of any business is to serve your customer in the way they need to be served. So they're coming to you because of they're interested in your journey and interested in you, but figure out the best way to serve them in your market. So you're trying to figure out how to find your birth mother, which is incredible. So figure out a way to serve your audience in that vein, and you're going to go. But here's some of the practical things. You need to make sure your YouTube is optimized. So your content needs to be searchable. So make sure you're using keywords and meta descriptions, and make sure your image file that you upload has your keyword from your headline, subject line in it. Titles. YouTube is all about titles. If I'm scrolling YouTube and I see a title that doesn't interest me, I am not watching that video. So keep it simple. Simple titles. Make sure you research keywords. Adoption, Seoul, Korea, birth parents, adoption process. I don't know. You just do some research on those. And another thing is encourage your viewers to watch and share. My kids watch YouTube all the time. YouTube for Kids, and they'll watch these shows, and it's always like, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, or make sure you hit the thumbs up and tell a friend every video. And so my kids, when they're watching themselves on their iPad, that's what they say. If you like our content, make sure you like and subscribe, and it's nowhere but on our iCloud. So third thing, create clear and compelling YouTube thumbnails. If the thumbnail doesn't catch me, I'm not clicking on it either. So make sure a close-up of your face, a nice picture of your face. If you're doing any kind of text overlay, make sure it's nice. Colored backgrounds, tasteful branding. Those are the main things. So, I mean, you probably have an idea of what good YouTube thumbnails look like. So I can get you some more ideas of what those are. Then also make sure all the information in your profile is filled out. So because all that's going to do is help fill in the gaps in your profile. So optimize your content with keywords, good titles for your videos, clear and compelling thumbnails, high quality, and then make sure all your profile's filled out. Those are some pretty basic steps, but make sure you're serving your customers. Ask them. Make a short 2-minute video. Hey, I want to help you guys. I want to make sure that what I'm doing is connecting. How can I do that better? Easy. Email newsletter. There's a MailChimp.com. It's a free email newsletter service. It's free to up to 2,000 email addresses. It's great. So, hope that helps, Shelly. You're doing great. Love your content so far. You got this. All right, last one. This person wished to remain anonymous because I'm telling you, all over the board. All right, so this person contacted me, and they're friends with someone who is dealing with addiction. They let me know that they've been in both a platonic friendship and a boyfriend-girlfriend situation. This person has let them know that they do need help overcoming addiction. And so they've trying to figure out, I wrote this down, but I'm trying to do it the best way not to give away too much information. But she let him know that she's there for him. And then she's like, so now what do I do? Is there anything else I can do? This was a tough one because I've never really dealt with this in a firsthand type situation. I know of people that have been addicted, but I've never had someone come to me and say, I'm addicted to whatever. Addiction's addiction for the most part. And asking for help. So I do know of some resources. So I would offer these as a way to get started. First one would be Keep Your Love On by Danny Silk. It's a great, phenomenal book. He's one of the preachers on staff at Bethel Church in California. Phenomenal book. The second one is Boundaries by Dr. Henry Cloud. This book is, if you read it and follow his advice, it's life-changing. It's boundaries in a healthy way. So it's figuring out how far is too far on both sides of the fence. So I would read those two. I would love this person from a distance, like not cutting them off, not separating from them, but realize that some space is probably needed. Like you can't be as close as you once were if the relationship is going to remain healthy. So second piece of advice, don't work harder on his freedom than he is. What I mean by that is, yes, you want him to be free from this addiction. You want to be healthy and whole. But if he's not willing to work on it, you can't work on it harder than he is. And that's part of boundaries. So another one, don't burn your end of the bridge. You're only responsible for your actions. So if you don't burn your end of the bridge, you're more than likely going to have a bridge there later. So if they burn their end, that's not something you can control. All you can control is your side. So other thing, keep in mind, this is going to be a long haul process. Addiction is not always something you can just get over. It's not always something you can just snap out of. It's not something you can try harder and just be done with. That's not how addiction works. So it's super hard to overcome and stay in that overcoming thing of addiction. So that's addiction across the board. Last thing I would tell you to do, pray for him. Because if he's truly wanting to be free and overcome his addiction, he needs all the prayer he can get. I would rally people around him to pray, not in a gossipy kind of way like, guys, I really need you to pray, but in a sincere way. Because if he's truly going to overcome this, he needs your prayers. Whether he asks for them or not, praying's perfectly fine. So, Boundaries by Dr. Henry Cloud. Keep Your Love On by Danny Silk. Love Him from a Distance. Not too far, but a distance. Don't work harder on his freedom than he is. Don't burn your end of the bridge. It's going to be a long haul, and pray. I think that's the best advice I can give and some of the best resources I can give you on this. There's probably a ton of others, but that's just what I think would be good, solid advice. So that's the three I'm going to go over tonight. I'm going to try to keep these fairly short. I don't want them to drag on and on and on. But so just a real quick review. I'm doing this because I love to help people. I'm doing this because I love to help people find work they love, to expand the work they love, advertise, market. So 3 ways to contact me. Facebook Messenger, you can do it right here. You can go to bobbyshirley.com/advice, and there's a contact form there you can fill out to email me. And the last way, which I'm super pumped about, is leave me a voicemail. So that's not that number, call, leave me a voicemail, it's super easy. Leave me a voicemail. You can do 256-978-9757. Leave me a voicemail, I'll get it. Sometimes it's easier just to speak than to try to type. Sometimes intention comes over a lot better that way. But I'm super pumped for this. I'm so thankful that all of you who messaged me this week did. It was awesome getting to answer it. And I had to say, okay, Bobby, let's actually clean the house right now. We can't just be trying to answer people's questions all the time. But I'm so grateful that those of you who have messaged me did. It's an honor and a blessing. I can't wait to answer some more. So I hope you find these Facebook Lives useful. So I'm trying to think of a way of something to call them. I don't know the best thing to do, but because I'm doing advice and stuff, so I'm kind of thinking of maybe like using the idea of like BS advice. Use my initials and advice. I'm not sure if that's the best idea because it does sound like not good advice. But quick story. When I was a kid, the popular thing was for people to get their initials cut in the back of their head. Right here. And I was getting my hair cut, and this guy comes over and sits down. He's like, hey, dude, you need to get your initials cut in the back of your head. And I was like, I don't think so. I don't think it's a good idea. My mom was just standing right there listening. And like, no, it's real cool. Like a lot of people are doing it. So I don't think so. It's not really my thing. He said, well, what are your initials? And I said, it's BS. He said, you may not want to do that. That might not be the best idea to walk around with BS in the back of your head. But it is my initials, is what I'm stuck with. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of some ideas to kind of brand this thing a little bit so it's not just Facebook Live. But it is what it is. So I'm super thankful for all of you that have tuned in and watched. Facebook Messenger, bobbyshirley.com/advice, or 256-978-9757 to be able to reach out to me so that I can try to help you as much as possible. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great Easter weekend.